Hello and welcome. My name is Natalie Schlute. I'm your psychic success coach, helping you to manifest the life of your dreams. Today's episode is all about understanding what soulmates are and the difference between soulmates and twin flame soulmates. We're going to get into a lot of definitions to understand how soulmate relationships work, all the different types of soulmate relationships, and then get a really clear picture of what we do with all of this information, how we can interact better with our loved ones, the people in our life, attracting soulmates. We're going to have a lot of fun with this episode. If you love all things manifestation and developing your intuition, be sure to give this episode a like, subscribe, and then also hit that bell so that you get notified every time I have a new episode for you. So first off, let's just start with the definition of a soulmate. You are a soul first and foremost. You are a soul that's hanging out inside a physical body, which means every other human on the planet is also a soul first and foremost. We reincarnate over and over again into different bodies and different lifetimes so that we can have different experiences that we cannot experience on the spiritual realm. So when it comes to soulmates, a soulmate is literally just another soul that you connect with, right? It's just a friend. A soul and a mate. A mate could be a friend, it could be anyone that you interact with. So you are interacting with soulmates all the time. Your friends, your family, your loved ones are all soulmates of yours. Another definition is soulmate groups. There are groups of people that we love to reincarnate with, that we enjoy coming back for one lifetime after another to learn from, to grow from. And we like to switch spots. So in one lifetime, you might be brother and sister. In another lifetime, you might be mother and daughter. We reincarnate as males and females. So all of us have been both in many different lifetimes. We can also switch roles when it comes to love relationships, to mentor, kind of like teacher and student type relationships. So there's a lot of that going on as well. To get a little more specific into the types of relationships that we come into these lifetimes with, one is companion relationships. Now, companion relationships are people that come in and out of your life for maybe shorter periods of time. They're there for a very specific purpose. It might be something like a teacher-student relationship. They might come in as a mentor for you. This could be friends that just come in for a few years for your life for different phases. And so these are your companions. These are people that kind of float in and out. You have different experiences with them. They could be good experiences. They could be bad experiences. But those are what are called companion relationships. They're just kind of there and they float in and out throughout your lifetime. We also have what's called twin soulmates. Now, a twin soulmate is someone that you connect with very, very deeply. And these are your deep, close friend relationships. These are your best friends, the friends that you went through elementary school with, high school with, perhaps in college, or later in life you met them, and they're there for a significant period of time. It might be a whole lifetime side by side, but those twin soulmates have a very deep connection. In essence, when you meet them, it's as if you've been friends for many lifetimes. And that's because you've actually experienced many lifetimes with some of these deep twin soulmate relationships. So it's a really beautiful thing. I've heard some people think that this definition of a twin soulmate is as if it's one soul that has split and you're trying to find each other again. I'm here to tell you that is not true. There is no splitting of souls. So I hope you understand the difference between that. A split doesn't really happen in essence because everything is energy and we are all fractions of the same oneness of God. So never feel as if there's a piece of you missing. That's a definition that I've heard some people say, here and there, that finding your other half or your soulmate is as if they're not part of you and you're not complete unless you have them. And that's just not true. So I just wanted to clear that up for you as we move forward with all of these different definitions. And then the big relationship that a lot of people are looking for, kind of the Hollywood style soulmate relationship, is what's called a twin flame soulmate. And that is, again, kind of like on the big screen where you see it's this one person that you have had so many lifetimes together, and it's a super deep connection on a soul level. Understand that not everyone experiences a twin flame soulmate in every single lifetime. Some of us have in certain lifetimes and some not in others. So it's okay one way or another whether you've experienced the twin flame soulmate or not. But the twin flame soulmate, It's a relationship where when you first meet that person, there is a deep connection. It's almost as if you see an aura around them, and it might be a little disorienting because you feel so deeply connected to them, as if you've known them your entire life or many lifetimes. There's often a big spark initially, and then you come to find out that there's so many things that you have in common with, lifestyles, interests, things, and you could just talk forever. There's so much that you have to talk about in the beginning. And then it gets to a point where you just feel that connection, like they're just someone that you want to walk side by side with for the rest of your life and experience things with. When it comes to twin flame soulmates, understand that relationship, although it does flow a lot easier than many other romantic relationships out there, it is not without its own problems, right? We're still here in this human life to experience different things, to experience and overcome challenges. That's part of why we're here. That's part of just life, right? And so those twin flame soulmate relationships, they may still have some bumps in the road in their relationship. There may be times where they have to overcome things, where they need to learn how to communicate better and be more vulnerable with each other. They're here to evolve mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They may both have wounds from past relationships that still need healing that are showing up in their relationship. There may be big life events that they go through together that are really challenging. And so a twin flame soulmate relationship does not mean perfect and everything's easy and it's, all that kind of stuff. Although it can feel like that at times. Sometimes it does feel very easy for twin flame soulmate relationships. But just know that they're here more to have a long-term relationship. Some people are very lucky and experience that twin flame soulmate relationship, meeting their high school sweetheart, marrying them and being with them for the rest of their life. But that's actually very rare. What's more common is what's called serial monogamy. Now, serial monogamy is having one long-term relationship after another, right? It's being monogamous, being with someone, maybe you're with them for a few years, maybe a decade, and having multiple of those long-term relationships throughout your lifetime. I understand that we have this idea, this belief that we're supposed to meet our one and only, that we're supposed to be with just one person and that's our person for life. But this concept of the one and only, of experiencing that twin flame relationship and living your whole life with them, it's actually very rare. It's not that common. What's more common is multiple long-term relationships. And both versions are perfectly fine. They're perfectly okay. They're both wonderful experiences. And I think it's important for people to understand that it's okay if you don't meet your twin flame soulmate in this lifetime. You may have some twin flame soulmates out there that you will meet in other lifetimes, and that's fine. The important thing when it comes to being in romantic relationships is the growth, the experience itself, the things that you learn from them, the things that you go through together, the adventures you have, and then making sure that with each of those relationships, you are consistently evolving. You are up-leveling, you are healing your past wounds, you are learning how to be more present, you're experiencing moments where you're working towards thriving in your future. And so that's really what every relationship is about. It's about growing together, growing side by side. And for some people, when they're in, a serial monogamous relationship, it is only meant to be for one phase of your life. You learn from them, you grow from them, and then you move your separate ways and you move on to have other experiences. Every relationship is about having experiences together and learning how to evolve and grow. And so I highly recommend that no matter where you are in your love life, that you're always doing your best to reflect on how you show up in those relationships, what your patterns are, what your habits are, so that you can learn and grow from that and just keep getting better. Whether it's getting better together in that relationship or getting better to prepare you for the next relationship. Because often what ends up happening, if you happen to be in a lifetime where you're experiencing serial monogamy, which is, again, maybe you have 2 or 3 or more long-term relationships, each relationship typically gets better. As long as you are learning and growing and evolving and up-leveling yourself, then you're not going to repeat the same mistakes that you did in the last relationship. Or perhaps you're in the middle of a relationship and you don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes that you did the last 3 years and you want the next 5 years to be better. It's important to learn how to be in relationships and how to evolve and communicate and experience a more loving and giving relationship so that you have the best experience that you can. Life is not all about finding that person that's going to complete you. And even twin flame soulmate relationships, it's not as if that person is completing you. They are just someone that you love going side by side with and experiencing more together. In order to feel whole and complete, that must come from within yourself. You must feel whole and complete as an individual so that you can be in healthier relationships. Now, for those of you that are looking to manifest your soulmate relationship, it is entirely possible. I do believe that we can all manifest anything that we desire in this lifetime. So if you are choosing that you want to manifest a soulmate twin flame relationship, someone that does feel like your other half, I'm going to be doing a future episode all about attracting your soulmate, your twin flame soulmate specifically, and what it actually takes to do that. It's a beautiful process. It's a lot of inner work, but it is really fun as well. Each of us also comes here with what's called karmic contracts. We have our own individual contracts, things that we're meant to learn in this specific lifetime, but we also have contracts with other people where we're meant to learn certain lessons. So just know and understand that if you're looking at your love life and your relationships and you're wondering why things have not been working out or what's been going on, and maybe you had one bad relationship after another, just know, hey, it's okay. If you can do a little bit of inner work to kind of assess those things and learn the lesson you were meant to learn, then you can move forward and elevate your life to experiencing better relationships. I'm also going to have another episode specifically on karmic relationships, and the next episode after this is how to know you've actually met your twin flame soulmate. It's a really fun, exciting experience, and I'm excited to give you all the details about how I met my soulmate twin flame husband and what our life has looked like over the last several years that we've been married. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and also hit that bell so that you get notified every time I have new episodes for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you really loved this particular video, I think you're also going to enjoy these videos over here. See you next time.